Before we proceed further, request you to please subscribe to our channel as shown above. Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. Today we are going to talk about Mars entering into the Purvashada Nakshatra on 4th February 2022. Till now, Mars was in the Mula Nakshatra, and on 4th February 2022, he enters into the Purvashada Nakshatra, and Venus is already present in the Purvashada Nakshatra. So Mars and Venus are now going to be together in the Purvashada Nakshatra from 4th Feb to 22nd Feb 2022. So let us analyze the impact of this transit. Now this is the chart as on 4th Feb 2022, 1:38 am IST. And you can see that Mars and Venus are together in the Purvashada Nakshatra within the sign of Sagittarius. So I have shown Mars and Venus with the purple circle. Now the sign of Sagittarius or Dhanu is ruled by Jupiter or Guru, and it is the sign which represents higher learning, which represents dharma, which represents righteousness, which represents spirituality, which also represents our gurus and teachers. Now the Purvashada Nakshatra lies in the central portion of the sign of Sagittarius. That is, it starts at 13 degree 20 minutes in the sign of Sagittarius, and it goes on till 26 degree 40 minutes in the sign of Sagittarius. And therefore the Purvashada Nakshatra represents higher learning, knowledge. It is that zone of Sagittarius where the significations of Sagittarius are at a peak. The symbol of Purvashada Nakshatra is represented by an elephant's tusk. We know that Lord Ganesha used his tusk to write the entire Mahabharata, and therefore the Purvashada Nakshatra represents writing something. It represents knowledge. It represents wisdom. Another meaning of Purvashada Nakshatra is the invincible one, or it represents early victory, which means that a person born with the Purvashada Nakshatra is very knowledgeable and you cannot defeat him in debates. Now let us place Venus in this nakshatra. Venus represents love. Venus represents sex. Venus represents sensuality. Venus is the way we see things in our life. So when Venus is in Purvashada Nakshatra, it represents love for God, which is the highest meaning of the 9th house. It represents love for your teachers. It represents love for writing divine books, divine articles. Venus also represents the semen within us, and therefore it is something which represents life itself, something which creates life. The deity of Purvashada Nakshatra is a goddess called Appa, who represents cosmic waters. Now let us add Mars into this nakshatra. Mars is a male force, whereas Venus signifies the feminine energy, and therefore this combination of Venus and Mars in Purvashada actually represents the union of Shiva and Shakti, which results in creating something new, which results in creation. Now remember that the sign of Sagittarius is not just higher learning, it also represents war. And if you see the symbol of Sagittarius, it is half man, half horse, trying to shoot an arrow. But the war which Sagittarius represents is actually the war for dharma, for righteousness to prevail. And as we all know, Mars is the planet of aggression, the planet of dominance. It is our willpower, it is our courage, it is the blood which flows in our body, it is our ability to take action. Now, since Venus is a feminine energy, it can distract Mars from achieving its goal. Mars also represents our competitive spirit. Mars is a fighter, and in Sagittarius, more than physical fighting. Mars with Venus represents intense competition for higher learning, for creating something new, which is in a way a very good thing. So, if you channel your Martian energy correctly in this time period, it will help you to create something new, something good. But if your Martian energy is distracted by the beauty of Venus, then you might fall into a trap which will harm your reputation. So, this is the time when you need to focus on your goals and try to create something new based on your beliefs. But if you get distracted and fall into a love affair, then you will lose your reputation in this time period, is what this transit clearly indicates. Now, since Venus in Sagittarius, in its true sense, represents love for God, love for your Guru, Mars can explode that Venusian energy, and sometimes you may go overboard in expressing love for God, in expressing love for your Guru. So, that is also one thing which you need to be very careful about, because Guru does not want you to boast about your love for him, neither does God want you to boast about your love for him. So, meditate on God silently. Do not create a hue and cry that you love God or you love your Guru. Your Guru will automatically understand this based on your own feelings. Now remember that Sagittarius is the sign which represents fighting for dharma, fighting for righteousness. And when Venus is present with Mars, it indicates that energy will be channelized into fighting for a woman's right whenever something wrong is done to a woman. So, this combination can bring out many of the wrong things done to a woman in society and give her justice. Now, both Venus and Mars are extremely powerful planets. Venus or Shukracharya knows the Sanjivani Vidya, which can bring a dead person back to life. Mars is a fighter who knows only how to achieve his goal. He does not care about the obstacles in his path, and come what may, he will achieve that goal. So sometimes this combination can bring about an excessive surge of energy within you, an excessive passion within you towards the opposite sex, and that is what we need to be very careful about in this time period. Venus and Mars are also trapped in a Papkartari Yoga. You can see that in the sign of Capricorn you have two malefic planets, Saturn and Sun, and in the sign of Scorpio you have Ketu. So Venus is trapped between these malefics, and therefore the significations of Venus, such as comfort, property, vehicles, suffer in this time period or see some kind of downfall in this time period. Another symbol of the Purvashada Nakshatra is a fan. In the olden days, there were people who used to wave the fan before the king so that he does not feel hot. And therefore, the Purvashada Nakshatra also shows a native's tendency to require excessive comfort in life. And now in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the house of Guru, definitely you are not going to get such comforts. So this transit also tells us to come out of our comfort zone, work hard to achieve our goals. This transit encourages us to learn something new, to fight for a woman's right, and to do what is right in life, to move forward. Venus also represents the glamour industry, it represents the film industry. And when Mars combines with Venus in the sign of war, that is Sagittarius, you will see that the films coming out in this time will be typically war films, which will involve fighting for righteousness or fighting for the rights of women. With Mars Venus combination in the sign of Purvashada, women will excel in sports. So, lot of women will do well in sports in this time period. Now, if you see for India, we have the Taurus ascendant, and this combination occurs in the 8th house of Sagittarius, which means that certain secrets related to a female film star or certain scandals related to a female film star or someone in the glamour industry will come out in this time period. The 8th house is also the house of transformation, of rebirth, and Venus in Sagittarius also represents the art of singing. So, this points out towards the death of a famous singer in the days ahead. So, these are some of the negative effects of this transit. Now, if you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel Kamath Astrology, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. For any consultations, please email us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com and we'll be glad to assist you. To know more about us, visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon shortly with another video. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe.